Hello everyone and welcome to another high elo game of Age of Empires. Today, Heavy Metal meets House and Garden as the Viper, playing yet again as the Incas in teal, prepares to take on MbL, playing as the Japanese in red. Now, while the players herd their herdables, explore their immediate surroundings, and try to go up to Feudal as fast as possible, no, your goat does not get these goats. Let's take a look at the Civ matchup we'll be watching on Game 3, or rather in Game 3, of this 5-game series played between these two giants of Age of Empires. Remember, this is not the best of anything. This is not a tournament. This is just 5 random ranked ladder matches that these two happened to play against each other earlier in the week. And I thought it would be fun to cast a series of 5 games, 1 game per day. Oh, you always have to be prepared to take a hit from the Rhino. The Rhino moves a little bit faster than a boar. In any event, before I get completely off track, as you know I can, if you've watched this channel before, let's take a look at the civs. The Incas, yet again, the counter civilization, in my opinion. If MbL goes cavalry, the Viper can counter with Kamayuks. This is a ranged infantry unit carrying an incredibly long spear that comes with a big ol' attack bonus against cavalry units. If MbL goes infantry, then the Viper can counter with slingers. This is a ranged unit, an archer unit rather, that comes with a decent +10 attack bonus against infantry, and which can be upgraded also to get another small +1 attack boost. Now, if MbL instead decides to go archers, as the current Japanese meta would suggest he will, then the Viper can turn to his skirmishers, which not only get all archery range, blacksmith, and university upgrades, but can also be upgraded to have 0 minimum range, so MbL's units can't hide within that minimum range of the skirmisher. Now, on the field of battle, to make their units able to soak up some more damage, the Incas can upgrade their Kamayuks, their slingers, and their eagle warriors to get extra melee and pierce armor. Now, on the economic side, although somewhat related to the military, certain units do cost less and less food as the game progresses, from 15% cheaper in Dark Age to 30% cheaper in Imperial Age. The Incas start the game, if you notice underneath their town center, a free llama, which not only gives them an extra bit of food in the beginning of the game, but also a little bit of extra scouting, if that's how you want to use that particular, let's call it, unit, herdable. In any event, their buildings cost less stone, their houses support 10 population space instead of the usual 5, and their villagers are harder to raid starting in castle because they benefit from all infantry blacksmith upgrades. Now, opposing the Viper, we've got MbL as the Japanese. Man, is that a civilization that focuses on its infantry. The Japanese have access to all infantry units with all barracks and blacksmith upgrades. Their infantry units attack 33% faster starting in Feudal Age. If you don't think that's pretty damn fast, just you wait. Hopefully we get to see that in action. They are lightning quick. That feature, by the way, benefits their unique unit, the Samurai, a medium infantry unit with a lightning fast attack that comes with an attack bonus against other unique units. Now, on the field of battle, to support their army, Japanese Trebs can be upgraded to fire faster and pack and unpack 4 times faster. If you haven't seen the Cataperuto upgrade in action, man, are you missing out. Check out some of my other videos. Check out some live streams we have, especially Deathmatch. My goodness, do they pack and unpack super, super fast. And also, if you want to build some towers, know that you can upgrade all your towers to fire 2 extra arrows. Now, to help save resources to pay for your military adventures out on the map, Japanese mills, lumber camps, and mining camps are all half price. BOGO if you use Uber Eats, buy 1, get 1 free. So those are the 2 civs. We'll see whether the Viper decides to go heavy onto the slingers, suspecting that maybe his Japanese opponent will go infantry, or will he go heavy on the archer units, knowing that the Japanese meta, like I said, currently seems to be very, very heavily leaning towards archer units. In any event, let's take a look at the bases as the players click up to Feudal. Viper will reach it first, about 30 seconds ahead of his opponent. MbL completely open to the south of his base, the part of his base facing the Viper. Primary gold, let's call this kind of secure, not super duper secure. W-shaped Cassiopeia constellation stone in the back. I'm not trying to show off. I actually just love I love the name Cassiopeia from the I think I mentioned it in an earlier cast. The author Michael Ende, who wrote The Neverending Story, also wrote a super fun book called Momo, and in that book Momo, the protagonist, is helped out by a turtle that can see, if I remember correctly, 30 minutes or 30 seconds, I forget which one, into the future. And the turtle's name is Cassiopeia, which of course led me to Google that, or to look it up. And I don't think Google existed when I first read that book, and see that it is in fact a constellation, and it is in fact shaped, I believe, like a W or an M. I think it's a W. Although, maybe I'll tweet at Elon Musk and see what he says. He seems to be quite active on Twitter these days. In any event, while the Viper is under attack, doesn't lose a single villager, although this one coming very close to meeting the Grim Reaper. His primary gold secure, kind of off to the back, kind of off to the side. Primary stone in a C shape, a little bit off campus. My favorite, the lemon bushes, very forward position, but also completely open in the forward portion of his base facing MbL. So both players really advantaged and disadvantaged in basically the same way, although I will say the Viper's gold seems to be a little bit more secure. Very close to the town center, by the way, whereas MbL's, although close to the town center, is in the forward position, although wisely choosing not to make use of this gold as part of the wall off, putting the wall off here so that any archers from our Inca who position themselves here will not be able to reach those villagers. What have the players seen of each other's bases? We know MbL knows where the Viper is. Does the Viper know where MbL is? Of course he does. And he comes across into the Great Wall of MbL here. Structures, houses, palisades. Oh my. Now it's the Viper's turn to build a bit of a wall off. While in the center of the map, archers take on skirmishers. Militias just handling their billy clubs. You guys haven't done anything this game. I don't know why you're resting on your laurels. There are no laurels to rest on. You have got 0 kills. MbL, 2 kills to 1. Not a single villager kill yet this game. Although, no, this one's the full health one. Did the weak one return? Okay, this one has a little bit of HP taken off. MbL getting more and more kills going into the skirmisher. Like I said, Japanese meta heavily from the game. I mean, I say heavily, you guys know. I mean anecdotally from what I've seen of the games. From the games I've cast, from the games I've watched, and the cast didn't make it to the channel for whatever reason. The game lasted like 15 minutes, or it wasn't exciting, or it was just completely ridiculous and not worthy of being put onto YouTube. What I have seen the Japanese very much an archer civ, and MbL not disappointing. 3 archers, 4 skirmishers. The Viper, on his part, 3 archers, 2 skirmishers, but has a few of these Eagle Scouts out. They are not quite as tanky as Eagle Warriors, not quite as tanky as elite Eagle Warriors, but base Pierce armor of 2 means that these skirmishers attacking on a 3 do 1 damage to these Eagles. Remember, these skirmishers have no attack bonus against Eagles. Perhaps one of the only units in the game not to have an attack bonus against Eagles. More and more Feudal Age shenanigans. Neither player banking any kinds of resources. Villager count basically identical, 32 to 31 in favor of our Japanese. At the 15-minute mark of the game, Viper down army supply about 6, but has home turf advantage. Can reinforce much quicker than MbL, who, by the way, is continuing to stream units across the map. Continuing to snipe the Viper's units. This Eagle needs to be very careful. It is within the minimum range of the skirmisher, but 3 archers from behind backstab. And again, this guy, look how menacing this unit looks on its, what do we want to call it, idle animation? Look at him with his billy club, just bouncing it off his palm like some aggressive teenager from some 1980s movie, getting ready to bully someone with a bat. Very cocky for a unit that's done jack shit so far in this game. But MbL has gathered his forces. The Viper, for his part, is trying his darndest to, I think, stay on this high ground, if I had to guess. Finally gets the +1 armor upgrade. Was lacking that, so MbL was ahead in upgrades. Upgrades always super important. Less important the fewer units you have, but still incredibly important. Neither player really engaging into the other. MbL finally retreating. We'll see if that is a tactical retreat or if it is actually a full-on retreat. Sorry, guys, you might hear a click or two of the microphone. I'm just adjusting some settings here, making sure that I can hear in my headphones whatever the hell I am saying. The Viper, mark it to the left side of his base. Let's take a look at the bases, by the way. 2 archery ranges for our Japanese, a blacksmith, and I believe 2 archery ranges and a blacksmith for our Inca as well. Both players finally starting to bank some food. Both players basically have the gold. MbL 5 gold away, 450 food away. The Viper 450 food away from going up to Castle Age. But MbL has discovered this back portion. We'll see the market. We'll suspect perhaps that the Viper is trying to sell his way, quote unquote, balancing his economy. A fancy schmancy way of saying selling some stuff, buying some other stuff. This incredibly weak force here. Did MbL separate the wheat from the chaff? Look at this. All of these units are full health. These ones might just be a distraction. Not a single full health unit here. Oh me, oh my. Look at the mind games from MbL, taking his fully healthy army here to cause ruckus, but at the same time, the Viper to the north is going to push into MbL's base. MbL now takes the high ground. MbL now over here, but can he reach? This is a pretty thick, juicy forest. And if you've watched our casts, you know we love our big, thick, juicy forests. They protect all the villagers from ranged units, although maybe not villagers that are like Jack and Lumber right here. I believe this one militia, look at him still. Oh my god, he's got a kill. Okay, I retract what I was about to say. Can you retract something you never said? Interesting philosophical question. I'm just not going to say what I was going to say about that one lazy militia, although not so lazy with the 1 kill. MbL first heading up to Castle. The Viper now as well, but a full 30-35 seconds behind his opponent. MbL's a bit trapped here. He's got the better, stronger unit, but Viper's got the counter. And look at the Viper doing Viper things, blocking paths, walling units in. I bet MbL wishes he brought these weak units with him on this raid. Would give him a bit more chunk in this army, if you guys know what I mean. A little more cushion for the pushing with more units for now. My goodness, is he losing? Oh, look at the Viper, a little bit too late to wall this off, but does reveal to MbL that he is starting to wall it off. I wonder if this is some kind of mind game by the Viper to say, hey, don't you dare try to push into here anymore because I am now walling off. Eagle from the low ground does manage to get a good number of pokes and prods, but does eventually die just by virtue of quantity. Look at our armies. 43 to 42 villager supply. Nothing very extensive in terms of the difference, but army supply. The Viper basically on skirmishers. I shouldn't say basically, he's only on skirmishers. 1 eagle, 2 archers being built, but right now all he's got are skirmishers, whereas our Japanese 14 archers, 5 skirmishers, 19 army supply to 12. The Viper circling here, running into a few ostriches, getting scared, running in every single direction, panicking. Oh my goodness, oh me, oh my. These are not ostriches that are lifting Simba as he sings, "All I want to be king." These are just regular Arabia ostriches that just happen to be in the way. 20 army supply to 11, but the Viper going up to elite skirmisher, getting bodkin. MbL going crossbows. 18 crossbows against 8 elite skirmishers. I give that to the crossbows, even though the skirmisher is the counter unit. And now the Viper's in trouble. This entire wall off the forest line are both being attacked. Not by archers this time, but by crossbows upgrades. +2/+1. This is the moment, off the back of 46 villagers, that our Japanese is getting wheelbarrow. Second town center going up for him. Second town center already done for the Viper. Not a bad location. 1 villager. Oh, isn't this the worst? The worst thing that can happen when a villager gets stuck or wedged in and can't deliver the payload. Although the Viper realizes that, realigns the villagers, repositions them, And now she is delivering her wood, her lumber, to the merchants inside the town center so they can then transform that lumber into javelins for our elite skirmishers. 2 archers, where are you? Okay. Kind of just hanging out, last resort defense in case of any kind of intrusion. Not much those archers can do against crossbows. And a knight now. 3 knights in the production tab. Armor upgrade going, being researched. Just completed, rather, for our Japanese. But the Viper, look at this. Mangonel is already out. Let's see who notices who first. MbL dodges. Crossbows working away at an archery range. Crossbows working away at elite skirmishers. But now, MbL has brought his own rock-throwing toy. Villager kill here for MbL as well. Kill count 35 to 27. MbL is the only one who has killed villagers. Although, right as I say that, the situation changes. Villagers are dying. MbL is going to penetrate the base with a mangonel and crossbows. I mean, the HP on these crossbows is absolutely terrible. And the Viper's got the high ground. Oh, shitty attack round there from MbL. Does redeem himself by getting another skirmisher. We'll see. Okay, another skirmisher. So 3 kills for this mangonel so far. And MbL playing this beautifully, saying, you know what? Leave the Viper to deal with my mangonel. I'm going to snipe the monk. And I'm going to start sniping villagers. 3 kills has become 4, but he does lose the mangonel. Does he care? The knight is here. And the Viper's got nothing to defend against this knight except, oh god, 2 villagers. Oh, 2 villagers bite the dust. A town center, and I thought I saw a crossbow somewhere here, no? Oh, he's inside the town center now, healing. Will to be able to defend against the knight to the south. Crossbows still dodging mangonel fire. This mangonel just has 1 kill to its name. A knight will clean up all of this aggression from the Viper. The Viper has gotten, it looks like, 1 more civilian kill after getting that 1 kill down here. Not exactly the most efficient or cost-effective use of those units. But he is busy defending in home. This is a lot of Japanese pressure. MbL has maintained an army supply lead for the last 15 minutes of the game. Probably the last 20 minutes of the game. Who's kidding who? And at the same time, has his 3rd town center up. Ahead in villagers. 10 villagers. He's got knights out. The Viper, 2 monks, crossbow. Oh my god, a few more archers. You can convert as many crossbows as you want, but at the end of the day, you just have archers. Take a look at the Viper's resources as well. He is struggling. He is at stay. Now he's down 13 villagers and 8 army supply. I mean, I said 11, then right as I said 11, it changed to 8, and now it's 6. So he is catching up, but it's catching up in the weaker units. MbL, 2 knights, 20 crossbows, 3 mangonels in the production tab. 1 already out, 2 more on their way. Oh, beautiful attack round by the Viper. Vulture sees everything, waiting for bodies to hit the floor so he can have a nice snack. Now the Viper has to retreat. There's not much that he can do here to contest these mangonels. What he can do is try to put up a bit of a temporary wall off, although maybe not. Maybe I spoketh too soon. Will MbL notice? Let's talk very quietly so we don't alert any of the players. Oh man, MbL does not notice. A mangonel in exchange for an archery range. I leave it up to you to decide who got the better of that trade. Villager brought forward by MbL as well. Mangonel repaired to full health. This one might benefit from that repair as well. And MbL, of course, knows that. University going up for him. Relic count 0 to 0. Not exactly a closed map like Arena, Fortress, etc., where the players are rushing to get relics. Oh god, the Viper lost the mangonel, but oh, MbL, 2 HP. Oh, moves forward, does the Viper with his archer unit, snipes that mangonel. Fantastic play by the Viper. How many of us would have risked all those arranged units in order to snipe that mangonel? Dare I say less than half. But the Viper has to be careful. Villager will die. Oh, what a beautiful shot by him, though, ultimately. And again, the Viper using these ranged units to snipe the 1 or 2 HP remaining on the Mangonel. What an absolute fantastic display of micro from both players. Viper now third town center going up for him, but MbL is here. He's got a castle. Not too sure we're going to see Samurai, to be honest. A fourth town center for MbL. He's now ahead 19 villagers. Army supply, though, has evened up. Viper on the high ground doesn't notice. MbL gets 3 free volleys, kills 3 units to start the match off, or rather the battle off, but MbL still on the low ground, does take a bunch of damage and a few kills as well. Monks mixed in here. This knight has to get the hell out of here. I don't know what the hell you're doing. Maybe the knight was there to soak up damage? Who knows, who cares? That battle did not happen. Stork now flying overhead says, hey, you know, I just spoke to that vulture and he convinced me to become a carnivore. And so I'm just going to wait for these bodies to hit the floor. I was going to make a song reference there, but I decided not to. Oh man, is that a sign of maturity? Look at that. Who would have thunk it? Let's take a look. Now the Viper is very much ahead in army supply, which, by the way, now includes 4 monks and a monk with a relic. Our Japanese has taken 1 relic. The Viper is now going to take 1 relic. It'll be 1-to-1. Lumber camp going down as well. Starting to exhaust his initial sources of wood is the Viper. Needs to start looking a bit further afield. Ostrich is watching everything. Oh, man. They're like, oh, hey guys, there's something coming this way. It is encroaching on our territory. I thought this red, I thought this red square was units. Oh, silly me. Viper's going to see this castle going up. I don't know why he's moving towards it. It's at 75% completion. Beautiful. I think that, oh my God, I said we weren't going to see Samurai. We are seeing Samurai, but way too many archers at the moment. I think that knight was fantastically, used there. I think that knight was kept in place. Sorry, the purpose of the knight was to keep the Viper's army in place so that the castle could go up. And go up it does, and starts shelling away at all these units, monks, crossbows, mangonels. And in comes our Japanese with a 3rd castle. Would have loved to see it a little bit further forward, maybe to start attacking these villagers. But if you can nullify the town center, eventually, why the hell not? Nothing here that the Viper has can contest these mangonels. And I think he I was going to say, I think he knows it. Unless he wants to charge in with some villagers, in which case they are going to get gunned down by the castle. Oh, man. By the way, I'm going to rewind because this is my favorite and idle animation. You know what? I shouldn't say favorite. There's a bunch of cool ones. Gebettos are already also super duper cool, throwing their kapingas in the air. But look at this. This is the Samurai in a nutshell. This is a unit designed to absolutely wreak havoc, and they know it. They are checking their katanas to make sure the blade is sharp enough so that any skirmisher, any crossbow, any monk, any villager silly enough to cross their path gets absolutely slaughtered. I think the Viper sees the score, realizes he's just a little bit too far behind. Is that an 8 or a 0 behind there? No, that's a 0. Yeah, that's 5,000 to 6,500. So he knows he's down about 20-25%. I'm not going to do the math real quick right now. And like I was saying, right as he GG'd, he has nothing to contest these mangonels. Once this castle drops, this stone is lost. The Viper has some pretty damn good resources, to be honest, but he's got a university. He's got, we saw the monastery. So I think was he going up? It looks like he was going up to Imperial. But our Japanese hit Imperial first. And the Viper says, you know what? I don't have 2.5 minutes to wait. You just hit Imperial. You know what's coming out. Take a look at the bottom left of your screen. As certain as the players will not get murder holes is the fact that the first player to reach Imperial always starts pumping out trebs. I wouldn't be surprised if there's a treb here as well. Yeah, there is. And I think the Viper realizes that, knows that, because, hey, that's exactly what he would be doing in this position. Realizes he's just way too far behind. Take a look at his resources now that he's going up to Imperial. He has 2 options right now. Or actually 3. GGing is an option as well. First option, like I just said, GG. Second option, go up to Imperial, try to hold, lose the town center, lose a whole bunch of villagers. Where is Red's army? It is over here. Samurai about to enter the chat as well. No kills on them yet, but they are hungry. They want blood. And even though they're not upgraded at all, except for a +1 armor boost, they will get the job done. Option number 3 is cancel the Imperial Age upping. Cancel going up to Imperial and just start spamming Castle Age units. Now, the problem with that is start spamming Castle Age units out of what? He's got 3 archery ranges and a barracks. That's it. So he can spam garbage. Garbage against mangonels, which at any moment can become onagers. So I think at the end of the day, the Viper just realizes, hey, you know what? I'm a little bit too far behind. And even though it's only 2.5 in-game minutes, even though it's not that long of a time, MbL has proven himself in the last several games to just be able to put on so much pressure that I think the Viper realizes that there's just nothing he can do to contest this. He does not have the structures needed. If he wants to, he can build them. He can build more. He can build. Oh, sorry, he does have a siege workshop pumping out a mangonel. Yeah, but out of archery ranges can come only several types of units, notably these ones. And that is not going to accomplish anything against mangonels. Maybe against samurai. Maybe. But MbL, 109 villagers, 30 army supply to 14, can start producing knights. And if he starts producing knights, there is nothing the Viper can do. Absolutely nothing. And by the way, the Viper has seen knights already. So suspecting that that might be an option, he realizes I have no choice but to GG. Live to fight another day. There's 13 samurai out on the map. And ultimately, he says, you know what? I think we're going to play a few more games. And I think they're going to appear on Cast of Empires. So why don't I save my strength, save my energy, live to fight another day. The Viper taps out. MbL just getting to Imperial a little bit quicker than his opponent. Manages to get the W. But GG to both players, and see everyone tomorrow for game number 4. MbL has taken the series, it's not really a series, but you guys know what I mean, 2-1. Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips and make sure to subscribe and enable notifications so that you're notified of my latest uploads.